Good morning. Welcome to Time with Young Disciples. Today is the fourth Sunday of Advent, which is that special time in the church calendar that we take time to get ready for the mystery of Christmas. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness, it's so dark. But we can still breathe and pray. Let's try that while I find some light. God is with me everywhere I go. God is with me everywhere I go. The light in me greets the light in you. Well, that's a little better. Wow, look how much light our little candle gives us. Let me see if I can find us a little more. Ah, that's better. Boy, it got really dark there for a second. It's nice to have the light back. You know, this ties into our lesson today. Have you ever heard the expression, light of the world? It's a phrase that is in the Bible to describe Jesus. So what could that mean? Well, right before Jesus was born, a long time ago, the people, God's people, were scared and in trouble and under the rule of a very unkind leader. And they really felt like they were in darkness and they needed a helper. They wanted and prayed to God for help. And they waited a really long time. In fact, I bet they were waiting for, a military leader or some great king to save them. And then God came down to earth as Jesus, as a little bitty baby. And that baby was the light in that darkness for the world then and now, because it was a way for God to show God's love for us in a whole new way. And not just for God's people, but for the entire world. And because of that, light and joy entered the world and spread. And that's what we do at Christmas. We remember that. But it can be hard to remember. So we set time aside like Advent and Christmas to really think about that small light that really isn't so small after all, that light can beat out darkness. And it doesn't take much. And that light can grow. What does that mean? Well, when Jesus grew up, he started preaching and teaching, and he told his followers, which were his followers back then, but we're followers today, that we get to be light in the world too. We get to join the light team. So what does that mean? Well, in Matthew 5, Jesus said that our actions should help give people light and joy and help them remember to glorify God. So I wonder what that could look like. What does it mean for Jesus to be light of the world? What do you think? What does it mean for us to be light in the world? That's a lot to think about. Maybe this week, as you go around and look and notice light, and I really love Christmas time when we have special lights to see that look really beautiful in the darkness, which is an interesting thing too. I wonder how we can spread and share God's love to anyone and everyone we know in a way that they can feel and see God's light and love. Let's think of that today and as we get ready for Christmas. If you'll join me in a prayer. Holy God, thank you for creating this beautiful world. Thank you for coming to us as Jesus and showing us how to share and to shine. And help us to love one another to share that love with each other. Amen. Merry Christmas. I can't wait to see you again.